Okay, so Francis, you have a beautiful sunset behind you, but quick question. We are at the FITSE conference. This is just a continuation of the past video. Where do you see Kenya? Given that, for instance, where we are in Florida, we are very close to Jamaica, and this event seems to be, just excuse the background noise from the aircraft, I'm sorry. But this event seems to be largely Jamaican attended, and a lot of products from Jamaica. And from what I've seen, a lot of the products are actually similar to what we have in Kenya. Where do you feel we have a gap in Kenya? What can, the powers that be improve, and where do you feel like we can actually plug in so that we are improving on our export markets outside of coffee that you're a veteran in, and tea? Where do you see Kenya like being able to plug on stuff like this, events like this?
Amazingly, everything I saw, I would say about 90% of what I've seen in these last 2 days, it was agribusiness. And I kept wondering, why are they doing it and we are not? How are they adding value to their products, agricultural products, and we are not? And it's only, the reason is one, in my opinion, is packaging. They have perfect packaging, and packaging materials are very cheap. In Jamaica, they have made it very available, and even the ones which are imported, and let's face it, a lot of packaging comes from China, right? In Jamaica, the taxation on the packaging materials is very, very low as compared to Kenya and other African countries where the taxation is all high, VAT, import duties, and all kinds of fees from the counties and wherever else to add value. In Jamaica, it seems to be a very friendly ecosystem that seems to work for the people, which is people in agriculture and people in light manufacturing, as well as even large-scale manufacturing, because some of the companies I saw here are pretty huge.
Do you see an opportunity for our children, the next generation, to plug in, and what would you advise them to do? Where would they start?
I don't think the next generation in Kenya has any other choice we don't have. It's the same choices. We are an agri-based country. What we do is agriculture, okay? And we live in a world where people must eat and must consume things that come from agriculture. So therefore, what we're going to do is process, add value, sell to the world, beginning with our own population. Let's make it appealing. Let's make different things, different food products, different products from what we already have. We already have it. We already have the raw material. What we do not have is a value added in world standards. And to me, to achieve the world standards is just to apply very minimum things, like just getting the proper packaging, because a mango chip is a mango chip. Potato chips are potato chips.
Do you
right?
feel like
here's how you market.
Do you feel like we have an interdependence on coffee, tea? The things we learned in geography, was it whatever? Do you feel like we are too dependent on those few commodities, or do you think there's a way to plug into other products?
I think we are very dependent on it. I think I grew up believing that if a family is going to succeed back in my village, we are going to either be doing coffee, because we don't have tea where I come from, Machakos. So it was coffee, and families that were doing coffee, they did quite well. Now, one thing we forgot is that we have a market right there in Nairobi, in Machakos, whatever else. So we did not emphasize on local consumption. So I think future generations are going to think of local consumption. Whatever we make, we are the market, and whatever else, now we can export that, right? And I think there are great opportunities in just doing that.
You're a veteran coffee exporter or trader. do you feel like there is anything that has not been done in coffee, and do you think you want to shy away from that sector and move more towards other like natural remedies and stuff like that, like the teas and
Like I said, local consumptions. Let's start from there. Ethiopia has done it very effectively, local consumption. Then we're going to improve our coffee quality, which our coffee quality is pretty good. But the markets, the way the markets are designed, they are designed by the buyers, not us. They are commanded, right, by the person who is buying. The big corporations that are buying the coffee are the ones that are dictating our prices. They have too much power on our coffee, and we have so much power in sweating. We sweat in the farm, and then we have no control of what we are producing. So we must find mechanisms where we are in control of our agricultural products, coffee, tea, macadamia, and those big volume agricultural products we export. We should export them in a certain way where we are controlling it, added value or otherwise. I don't know why we have to export coffee when it is green. I don't know why it cannot be exported when it's already processed. But again, the market, especially the US market, says that the coffee must be roasted locally, right? And we lose out because now they dictate. They dictate how much we are going to sell the coffee to them. Because if it's green, we're just going to sell it green. And if it's green, it's just green. We can't say, oh, this is,
As we wind down, can you mention some of the products that you're showcasing at the FITSE and that are actually coming from Kenya? And where do you see the opportunity being for the younger people? I'm just thinking more about our children or the young generation, the Gen Zs. Where do they need to like plug in so that they can join in international trade?
Well, in the past, I was in coffee, and before that I was in carvings and crafts and stuff like that. Then in coffee, but right now I am into leaves, matomoko leaves, right? Simos, mango leaves, guava leaves, blackjack, right? These are products which are in demand in the world. And yet I did not know about them until very recently. So a lot more research, a lot of more traveling. Young people are going to have to travel, explore what is happening in the rest of the world. Like 2 years ago, I found out about this product, and now we are excelling in them. We have not reached on top of the mountain, but we are somewhere climbing on these products. Matomoko, which is sour soap, and you can all look up sour soap, the benefits of sour soap. You can look at the benefits of mango leaves, the benefits of blackjack, which is munze, which is a terrible weed in our farms. Moringa, neem, all those products. They grow in Kenya, but we are not putting enough effort in them. But the rest of the world is, especially the consuming world, is very interested in it. So young people are going to have to figure out a way of bringing in new products out of Kenya, which actually do exist. It's just we are not aware of it, and it's because mwenye ajatembea ufikiria mama yake ndio jua kupika. You need to walk the world, you need to travel, you need to look what the world is doing and just go and implement in Kenya.
So do you like
we have all these things in Africa.
Would you like to challenge the government of Kenya and the people of Kenya to like diversify their coffee production and look more into the road less traveled, maybe like the moringa, because we have the climate for it. Do you think there's an opportunity for the country to explore and pay more attention to these products?
Yes, I do believe there is such an opportunity, and I do believe actually there is a ministry that does that already. It's just that people are not very exposed. I think it's Forest, the Ministry of Forest or whatever it is, one of those. The one that is doing...
Kefis?
Yeah, I think it's Kefis. Is it Kefis?
I'm not sure.
The one that is doing
I'm not sure.
bamboo.
Yeah,
There's a department of the government that is doing bamboo.
Yeah.
Bamboo to me is in that category of new products that needs to be
markets.
explored and researched, and we need to find markets for them. The markets are there.
Yeah.
Just penetrate those markets.
As an American citizen,
Yeah.
where do you think your greatest value for Kenyan government, of the Kenyan, don't worry about the government. Where do you feel that, like a young person trying to like set themselves up, how can you help them if they're all the way back in your village?
I think we are going to start having trade shows like the one we have here, right? We're going to invite the world. If we can go to where the world is, we have to find ways of inviting the world to where we are. Every county should have a trade show that's showcasing new products, new technologies, new things to do. Not always, like when we were kids, we used to go to Nairobi Show. And a few years ago, I went back to Nairobi Show and I found the same things, the same cows, right? The same wheat farmers. Yeah, I'm not saying that's bad. But over the years, we should have, by now, have identified other things we can showcase which are produced in the country. So the government need to do some research, find ways of introducing these new products and making them popular, and also educating the young people, because they are going to have to create their own jobs.
Okay, thank you so much. I see you're holding a Budweiser.
Anytime.
Yeah, and we do have our local brew called Muratina in Kenya. Do you think that can also find its way into the United States market?
Of course it can. I just don't know the science behind it.
Yeah.
And why are we going to the United States in the first place? Let's start from the domestic consumption. We start from right there. Then we expand. The product will find its way to the national market, but popularize it within the local community, and sooner or later it will find its way out in the market if we produce a good product.
All right, there is Francis Kioko of Africa Bridges, Brands of Africa, and currently promoting Nevani Naturals. Thank you so much, Francis.
Anytime.